It's the first business day of December. You know what that means, right? November market stats on this episode of House Rules, Real Estate in Sin City. Welcome to House Rules, Real Estate in Sin City. Jeff Zahler, Zahler Properties, and we're going to talk to you today about our November market stats. As always, whenever we do this, it's for single-family homes only in our association here, which is covers the entire Las Vegas Valley. For November, our median home price actually dipped a little bit. The median home price is now $295,000. It was about $297,000 last month, but still year over year compared November of 17 to November 18, our market was up 12% year over year. If you look at the average price, same thing. We had a slight dip from October into November, but the average price is now $341,600, which is a 9% increase. So what we're seeing, like I said, across the board from 2017 to 2018, a double-digit increase, right? 9%, 12% if you're talking about average or median. But we are seeing the market dip a little bit, which is kind of coincides with what we're seeing with our buyers and sellers out there, and we'll talk about that a little bit more when we talk about the month supply of inventory. For the number of homes that are for sale, this was the number of homes that were for sale as of November 30th of this month, or excuse me, of last month. There were 7,570 homes for sale. That's down from October, but it's actually 17% more than the same time in 2017. As I said, the market has provided us a little bit more inventory, and that's what we're seeing here. The number of closed homes in November took a dip as well. We had 2,140 closed homes in the month of November. That's down 16% from the same time period last year and 500 less than it was just in October. We're seeing some seasonality, of course, and we do see sales dip October, November, and December, but those are numbers to kind of pay attention to as well. The median days on market, so how long a home is taken to sell, is at 22 days, which is still pretty quick, right? 3 weeks, half the homes are selling in 3 weeks, right? What is remarkable though is that number is actually 29.4% higher than it was this time last year. That's a big increase of days on market. The average days on market is 36 days. So median's right around 3 weeks, average is little over a month. Now that average of 36 days is flat from last year, but you can see, we're going up and down a little bit, and things are taking a little bit longer to sell than they were before. The supply of inventory. This is what number we talk about all the time. You've heard us talk about it a lot, and this is how we decide whether a market is a seller's market, a buyer's market, or kind of a neutral market. So our supply of inventory actually went down a little bit, and that's mostly because there was less homes for sale, but we're sitting at 2.8 months of inventory. If you look at the chart, you'll see basically from the beginning of the year, we've had a huge run up in months of supply versus the prior few years. The numbers kind of come down, hit the bottom in January, and kind of come up. Before I've said 6 months is kind of a standard market or a neutral market, I'm gonna change that up a little bit. I'm gonna actually call it here. I think we are in a neutral market now. I think we're having just as much buyer support as we are seller support. We're seeing sellers drop their price, we're seeing homes increase as far as market timing, and we're seeing less homes sell and dollar volumes drop. So I'm calling it a neutral market at 2.8 months. It'll be interesting to see what happens after the new year with an influx of inventory, which is you'll usually see, and that number may increase or decrease. But for right now, I'm calling it a neutral market, people. The last stat I have for you today is our dollar volume. This is the total number of all sales combined in our MLS system. This number was a little interesting. We actually dropped to $730 million for the month of November. And that now puts us on pace to actually, unless we have a huge December, which nobody's really anticipating, we're actually gonna have less sales in 2018 on a dollar volume than we did in 2017, believe it or not. 2017, we hit just over 12 billion in total sales. 2018, we're gonna be probably a little less than 12 billion. We're gonna probably be at 11.5, so it's gonna be close, but when I did this thing in June, after 6 months, we were on pace for about 13.5 billion. So that shows you really we've had this drop off the last 6 months. So that's our market stats for the month of November. I hope you all have a great holiday and look for another market update right after the new year. Take care, everybody.